The first airline meals were served by Handley Page Transport, an airline company founded in 1919, to serve the London-Paris route in October of that year. Passengers were offered a selection of sandwiches and fruits. Every meal was pre-packed and was only 3 shillings each. Today, luxurious meals invented by celebrity chefs with airlines. A huge focus on health aspects globally, with a higher frequency of travel. The online travel websites that enables the passengers to review their on-board experiences publicly, which can affect both the ticket sales and the airline reputation. Airline meals became an important factor than ever before. In designing a menu, chefs are very aware of the effect that high altitude and air pressure have on the taste sense. The air pressure in cabins climbs to 8,000 feet above sea level, which makes the preparation of fresh meals on board nearly impossible and also alters the flavor of the pre-packaged food that is being served. Taste buds and the sense of smell go partially impaired given the high altitude, indirectly requiring food chefs to add more flavor than that consumed on the ground. Meals or meals components are brought in frozen and assembled up to 24 hours before flights.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee, please. Thank you.
Peppering each meal with extra salt and sauces seems to be common practice. Your taste buds are not the same in the air. Chefs who design the menus are constantly trying to balance improved taste versus the budgeted cost of the meal. The airline dinner typically includes meat, most commonly chicken or beef, fish, or pasta, a salad or vegetable, a small bread roll with butter, and a dessert. Condiments, typically salt, pepper, and sugar, are supplied in small sachets or shakers. Caterers usually produce alternative meals for passengers with restrictive diets. These must usually be ordered at least 24 hours in advance, sometimes when buying the ticket. Some of the more common examples include cultural diets, such as Turkish, French, Italian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, or Indian style. Infant and baby meals. Some airlines also offer children's meals, containing foods that children will enjoy such as baked beans, mini hamburgers, and hot dogs. Medical diets, including low, high-fiber, low-fat, cholesterol, diabetic, peanut-free, non-lactose, low-salt, sodium, low-purine, low-calorie, low-protein, bland, non-spicy, and gluten-free meals. Religious diets, including halal, kosher, Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain vegetarian. Vegetarian meals, typically further defined as either lacto-ovo or vegan meals. These meals may follow a particular cuisine such as Asian cuisine or Western cuisine. Food hygiene in air meals is an important aspect. In 1982, from Boston to Lisbon poisoned 10 crew members from bad pudding. In 1975, another incident in a flight between Tokyo and Paris, 143 passengers and crew got seriously ill from an infected omelette, which made the flight emergency land in Copenhagen. The only fatality was the Japan Airlines catering manager, 52-year-old Kenji Kawabara, who committed suicide upon learning that the incident had been caused by one of his cooks. A law was then introduced in many airlines that pilots shouldn't eat the same meals before and during the flight. Before the September 11, 2001 attacks, first-class passengers were often provided with full sets of metal cutlery. Afterward, common household items were evaluated more closely for their potential use as weapons on aircraft, and both first-class and coach-class passengers were restricted to plastic utensils. Some airlines switched from metal to all plastic or plastic-handled cutlery during the SARS outbreak in 2003, since the SARS virus transfers from person to person easily, and plastic cutlery can be thrown away after use. Many airlines later switched back to metal cutlery. However, some airlines such as Singapore Airlines, Qatar Airways, Japan Airlines, Emirates, Garuda Indonesia, and Swiss International Airlines continue to use metal utensils even in economy class as of 2019. The best thing to do is always request a special meal based on dietary restrictions. Why? Because special meals are ordered closer to takeoff, making them fresher and closer to the airline chef's original vision for the menu. In light of the COVID-19 pandemic, countries around the world open their borders and flights resume after months of lockdown. One hot issue is the future of the in-flight meal. As COVID-19 is spread through contact, reducing those points of contact has become a key strategy for air travel. Pre-packed meals are now being offered at the start of flights or have been phased out altogether. Or a pre-packed bag of crisps. This is significantly impacting consumers and airline food providers. Only time will tell which approach works best.